The Hmong Americans look for acceptance either through their parents or their friends or society. So when they were introduced to the culture of hip hop, they truly identified with it. This was a specific style that they thought set them apart from the white, which they liked even more. They also felt that anything that was opposite of their culture was appealing to them because they already felt like they stood out. So by having different clothes or appearance help them feel ownership to their culture. They also stated that being raised poor allowed them to have a better importance for money rather than school. They saw that it was more important to them to actually have money than go to school because they wanted a better life, and that's what they saw from their family. The Hmong Americans feel negatively towards teachers, which I found really sad. They've had bad experiences with teachers and feel like they can't trust them. And their trust really takes a toll on their education because this does not allow them to want to even come to school at all. Now, they assume the worst out of the teachers, and the teachers assume the worst out of them. They just started on the wrong foot and did not have a solid relationship. Now, they had a club and they needed a teacher to represent them, and the teacher that had done it in years past couldn't do it because of other obligations. But what happened was no teacher wanted to sponsor their club. So what happened was they didn't have a club. So they felt really slighted by the teachers that no one would represent them. Also, there was an incident in government class that they spoke of poor people. And what happened was they had a debate and they told, they basically called out the people who were poor, which were the Hmong Americans, and they felt, really looked at negatively, and everybody else in the class was white privileged and they were excluded. So the teacher just basically called them out on something that they couldn't control and made them feel insignificant. So now having a higher education isn't really important to them, but they just want to acquire economic mobility. And they also struggle academically because of their English language skills. Now, they may be fluent in reading, but their writing is, they may be fluent speaking, sorry, but reading and writing is not up to par, which leads to them getting grades to fail and then leads for them to skip class. Now, the parents also have concerns about their children in the second generation American ways. They feel like they're losing their children in these ways, and they're losing their authority over their children, which also means as far as the way that they dress. They see that they have come accustomed to like the hip hop style and being really different, and they're losing sight of their actual culture and religion, which concerns their parents. They're also experiencing differences with acculturation. The parents want control over the children, but they also are rebelling, especially when it comes to school. Now they think they're safe at school, but they're skipping class because they don't want to be there and don't have a safe environment where they like to be. And they are experiencing acculturation because the kids are trying to um, be a part of what is really going on, and their parents are really stuck in their own ways. And what was interesting is they try to change their names in order for them to fit in better. The parents also are under the influence that the children are being over Americanized, and they think that this is going to lead to bad influences, but they've had so many negative school experiences that they're just trying to find their own. What really comes back to is their education and what is going on at school and their support system that is lacking.